So Ghana went to Brazil. We thought we were going to go further than we did, but we just knocked out of the group stages, and some people still can't understand why we still had to pay appearance fees, and I certainly can understand why we have to pay officials appearance fee. What sort of appearance did they make? All right, but I'll leave it to Coach Opele. He knows a lot more than I do on this subject. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for your time again today.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
So this is something that you predicted.
Yes.
You knew, because you even said that the best we could do with Portugal was a draw.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I guess you're not surprised that
I'm
it's
not
over
surprised.
for us.
And my main thing I said was no African country comes out of the Group G. That's an historical thing that's there. And then apart from that, the main fact was whenever, I said it yesterday, a West African country goes to the World Cup, on the third time they come home with a point. Remember I said Cameroon is part of West Africa geographically. And
so your numbers stuff, it works?
Yeah, it works. Numerology. That's why, you know, the Bible says there is nothing new under the sun. So when you are able to calculate some of these things, that is where you know these are historical things. So it should be able to happen.
But it's a shame, eh?
Oh,
because people still talk about our game with Germany and they say it's been the best so far. But look at us. Look at the way we've disgraced ourselves.
Yes.
On the world level.
Yes. It's because, you know, all these things happens because that's why I say that the black man can never manage his own affairs. It's not possible. That's why people usually cry that Kwame Nkrumah should have waited a bit for us to get the independence around the 1980s or even the 90s, for us to have nice streets, good buildings, and good structures in this country.
Like South Africa.
Yes. Germans and Americans and a lot of the European countries or advanced countries have been at the World Cup more than 3 occasions. But when an African country, especially the black African, goes to the World Cup the third time, then complacency sets in. That's what happened. We had to carry $3 million on a plane to Brazil because the sports minister could not let us know where the government or how the government was going to fund this appearance fee. We questioned them that this budget is or was outrageous at that particular time. We asked them, and then the information minister came out to tell the whole world that the budget did not capture the appearance fee. Government is sponsoring their trip and whatever. Then we realized that maybe it's the FA who will pay them through the FIFA money that will come in maybe after the tournament. So we do not know how all these things came about. But to me, I think John Mahama did well by stepping in to send the money to them. That look, we've given you the money. Do you know what happens when you are coaching a
No, but me, I say that we shouldn't have given them the money. Let them say that they won't play. Seriously.
You know, it's political. We could say, let them say they won't play. But if the president had not sent the money, the other people at the other side of the divide could come and say that, oh, you see, because you did not give them the money, that's why they lost. Yeah,
but the point is, did we have to go with the physical cash? I know we touched on this, but other information coming through is that Unibank, the official bank, you know, for the Starlets, for this particular tournament, they had given them Visa cards, and they had promised they were going to put the money, government was going to give them the money for them to put it on it. So even at the last minute, couldn't they have wired the money through, you know, some sort of, for it to appear, for them to use their cards to access it?
I spoke to 1 or 2 or 3 of the Black Stars players when they were on holidays. They've been to the banks, they could not get their own money in dollars. So if you put their money at the Unibank and they come down...
No, so they can access it wherever. So if you're in Brazil and you want some of the money, then you can use it.
But when they come here, they can't get the money that way. So maybe they want to put it in their foreign accounts, or they even maybe wanted to see it physically. You know, these boys are not, excuse me to say, well-educated people. They are people who have been on the streets, they are hustlers, and they become stars all of a sudden, and they are making money and playing for the Black Stars. So they will still think like how they are supposed to think. They want to see it physically. But they don't want to hear any card issue.
How is it done in other European countries? Is the appearance fee such a big deal? Are they playing for country? I've heard people say, why don't you play for country and pride?
Yeah, it's because we Africans usually spoil these boys. They sport for choice. It's about how we treat them, giving them money, 50,000 to say 75, 2010, and then even if they are going for a Cup of Nations, we pamper them. Like I told you yesterday, you won in Ghana against Egypt, you were giving your money. Lost in Egypt, you asked for money again and you were giving. We've pampered them.
Who started
Europeans do not do that. It's what they started in 2006. You see? So it's like we've pampered them, and that's what they've been living on. The Europeans do not do that. I even heard the English national teams, when they play friendly games or they win a match, they get £3,000. They give it out to charity. So it's so amazing for us to see these players that we always say that, oh, they have their monies already, they are rich. They took their money, and we saw John Boy kissing his money. So it tells you that the boys really needed the $100,000. They were really playing for the money as well, and not for the country.
Why do we give officials appearance fee? What sort of appearance did they make?
Well, they do that because for our head is what they call as honorarium or something like that.
So what sort of officials are we talking about?
Oh, we're talking about the management committee, which involves the FA president and the other members, like Moses Parker, Mr. Chairman.
Who are paid every month?
No, they are not paid every month.
They're not paid every month?
The FA job is something you just do it. You are not paid for it.
So
when you leave your job behind and you travel with the team, you are supposed to earn something small. So even if the Blasters...
The 100,000 is something small?
Oh, it's not something small, but I'm talking about the winning bonus. Assuming they've won the...
They get everything that the players get. They get the appearance fee.
They will get the appearance fee, but assuming the Stars had won, they would have divided one player's money will be 3 of the management members' money. That's how I learned they do it. They calculate it and share it.
The management committee, how many of them are they?
I think they are about 6 or 7. Yes.
Including the FA president?
Including the FA, because he is the chairman of the...
So the monies that we give them, where is it coming from? Is it from government?
Yeah, it's from government. It's from government when they win their matches. It's only at the World Cup that FIFA will give them, I think, about $8 million for being in the group stage. If we had gone on, they would have accrued another money.
But the fact that we are appearing in the World Cup, we get some money for it.
It's definitely $8 million.
Okay, so that
for being in the group.
For being in the group.
Yes, assuming we've qualified, we would have gotten another money, and then when you go to the quarterfinals, another money. The winner takes $35 million. So even if government gave them $3 million, government will make $5 million.
Okay, but yes. The point is, that money from FIFA hasn't come through yet.
Yes.
So we are sort of pre-financing. Yes. So this is from us to them.
To them, yes. The taxpayers' money to them. That's where the problem comes. Do you know what will happen? When the money comes in, the football people will also say that, look, this money is for us. Then government will also say, no, we started financing you from day one till you got to the World Cup. So it's always something that usually comes up. It's going to come up again. Because
so who does the money go to? The FIFA hands over the money to who?
It will by all means go to the association.
Okay.
Then the association must hand it over to the sports ministry.
Okay.
Because they are the parent body. They must hand it over to them for the ministry to decide whether to give them some or to keep all the money. It depends on the government decision. In 2006, the government gave the FA some of the money. They were able to buy pickups for all the 10 football associations. That's the regional associations. But in 2010, the 11 million came in. The government said, no, we've also spent a lot of money. So the government said they spent, I think, 9 million. So they were supposed to give them 2 million because they accrued 11 million from the whole amount from FIFA. So this year, 8 million, I don't know how much government has spent. That's also going to be another loggerhead. Yes.
So what should happen to the officials when they come? Because I am saying that they've all failed. They shouldn't wait for anybody to tell them that they failed.
Yes, definitely. But the main problem now, the test case is that the FA president is the chairman of the Blasters committee. If he comes in and says, I've dissolved the whole team, it may look as if he's failed. You understand? It's a big test case.
No, it may look as if he's failed, but he's failed.
Yes. Yeah, to him. But that's why I'm saying that the test case for him now is for him to be able to accept it and say, look, the whole team did not do well. Things went bad for us. We've dissolved the whole team. If he's able to do that, he will be okay. So that Ghanaians will have the perception that we are starting afresh. But if they come in and defend them and we go to Morocco and things do not work for us, I think that's where the FA president might become unpopular within the Ghanaian public.
What would we be going to do in Morocco?
African Cup of Nations.
Okay, when is that?
That's in January.
That's next year, yes, 2015.
Yes, but they're starting the qualifying, I think, next month or so. Yes, so we will have to make sure we do things quickly before it becomes bad for us.
Okay, so you've managed the Starlets before.
Yeah.
managing egos, I mean, we know that these guys, as young as they may be, they earn a lot more than sometimes the people who are managing them, the coaches, the managers. Is it difficult doing that? And what went wrong? Because Sule Muntari's incident, and then yesterday we had Sule Muntari, Kevin Prince Boateng, they had been sacked from camp.
Yes. To me, that's where the coach did not help us. He should have been able to manage them. He should have been able to know how to manage them. He's been with them for a long time. Or maybe if he knows they will not help him, he should have kicked them out from day one. He called the boys, Kevin and Essien, told him.
And Essien sat on the bench.
Yes.
I mean, throughout, didn't make one appearance.
And even yesterday, Essien, I learned, refused to warm up because he wasn't happy. He wasn't like starting the game. So he refused to warm up. That's what I read on the...
So is it that somebody pushes them onto Kwesi Appiah, or it's his own personal decision?
To tell the whole world he's in charge. He's a stubborn coach. The FA people knows he's stubborn. He said it. Nobody put a gun on him for him to say it. He said it himself. So if everything has backfired, he should face it. That's why the Americans did not allow Landon Donovan, a senior player, prominent player in the American setup, because Klinsmann is a foreign coach. He really did not take him. You know, we beat the Americans twice in 2006, 2008, and they were using local coaches who were using foreign coaches. The foreign coaches did what Klinsmann did now for the Americans to beat us. And our local coach brought in Sule, KP, Essien. If John Mensah had been a bit okay, he would have brought him in. If John Pencil had been a bit okay, he would have drafted him in. You see, so it is his own fault. He should have known this. You know, David Duncan, the former Asofo coach, comes to a club, sacks the players that he knows will disturb him, and works with the younger ones. That's what Stephen Keshi is doing with Nigeria. Kwesi Appiah could have played on the minds of Ghanaians by sacking these senior boys, go with the younger ones, and tell Ghanaians, I'm building a team for the future. Ghanaians would have been happy with this one.
Does he have a future with us?
Does
he have a future with the Black Stars?
He should have played.
Because
that.
I'm saying that on the level of performance, I wouldn't blame him for anything, but for the disturbances, the indiscipline that has gone on around him, I think we're not ready for a local coach yet. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm a local coach. I accept that. I've always been telling people that. I always tell people the local coach who can do that should be someone who has the European mentality. You know, he doesn't care about the job. You know, not somebody who wants to be always want the job to be with him. And that position is not permanent. You know, that's how the Europeans call it, like a DNA coach. A coach who has been sacked from this club. You are not scared anymore. You make decisions and say things how it is. Kwesi Appiah, this is his first time that he's been in a major job like this. He's never coached Hearts or Kotoko or any pressure job before. Never in his life. So to me, he's made mistakes. He will have to learn from it.
Should he resign?
He can't. He will not. You know, in Ghana, look at what the minister has done. He cannot resign. Blacks don't resign. It's only whites who resign. You understand? So Kwesi Appiah, that's why he has granted an interview with Go.com that KP Boateng and Sule can come back again.
Oh, he said this after everything
that he's in the job, he's building for the future. He's still in post. So blacks don't resign.
Coach Opele, as sad as it may sound, this is what we're living with.
Yes.
Thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks, too.
I'll come back with Roland. As always, I'll give him the last say.